Hey, what's going on, guys? So I ended my trading day today, basically break even as you can see from here. And I just wanted to make a quick video review of the trades I took today, why I took them, and why I feel like today was such a frustrating trading day. So I took three trades today. Two of them were on Nvidia and one of them was on Tesla. So I went long Nvidia, I went short Nvidia, and I went short Tesla. So all of these trades were alerted in our group. So let me open that up and show you guys kind of how the day went. So as you can see here, I was giving out alerts of levels that I was watching for the day for both ES, Nvidia, and Tesla. And finally, I entered my first trade for Tesla, or my first trade for Nvidia, and it was right here. So I was watching this 9-10 zone for Nvidia, and I said if we are not able to break this 9-10 zone, then I'm gonna be shorting Nvidia if we show a lot of weakness, if we are not able to break above this level. But I didn't take a trade yet. So as you can see, Nvidia started creeping up around that 905 range, and I seen these candles and they looked kind of strong to me. So in the next post, I showed that I took this long position on Nvidia. I entered a little bit early at 908. So now let's go to the charts for Nvidia. So we'll go to a 1 minute chart on Nvidia, and it was around this 907 908 range right here where I took that long position on Nvidia. I seen these candles, I seen the strong candle at 9:40 a.m. and I anticipated this thing wants to break out. So guys, as you can see from the previous candles, this 9-10 zone has been a strong resistance area for Nvidia. It showed a lot of weakness around this area. So I wanted this area if we were going to finally break above it. And we did. We finally broke above it. I was holding some calls and my target was 916. And guys, I have a strategy where if I buy around here and we break out and I am up 5 or 10% on a trade, I immediately make my stop loss break even. And that allows me to stay in this trade longer, knowing that I will not lose money on this trade. Either I will be break even or I will make money on this trade. And as you can see, Nvidia started running up, and around 9:14 this thing came back down and I ended the trade break even. I was up about $300 right here, and you can see that we were close to our target, literally 0.22%. So now I'm already frustrated. So I'm like, okay, let me look away from Nvidia and let me test my luck with Tesla. I actually entered Tesla a little earlier, so I was in both trades at the same time. And when we go to the group, we can see that I alerted that I am going short Tesla, and the reason was this 172 171 range. So if we go to the charts for Tesla, I was watching this 172 to 171 range right here. So we can see Tesla found support here. We can see it came close, found support around this area. It did it again over here, and we can see our resistance areas are pretty clear as well. So I seen Tesla breaking below this level and I went short right there. I alerted it out to the group that I was going short around that break of 171, and I was targeting this 167 area. And I made it very clear that if we get back into the zone, I am going to be out of this trade. So if we see this support area, if we see Tesla get back into this area, then I will be out of this trade. And I'm going to make a video sometime this week of how to exit a trade. But one of my rules is if the trade is invalid, if I am looking for Tesla to break lower and it comes back into that zone, that trade is now invalid. So if I am looking for Tesla to break out of this zone and come lower and it comes back into the zone, I am out of that trade completely. There is no reason to keep holding that trade for me because the trade is invalid. And as you guys can see, this thing came back into the zone, and around right here, literally right here, is when I took my stop loss. And I sent that out to the group as well, that Tesla hit my stop loss and I got out of the trade. And this was extremely frustrating because I had alerts set, and as soon as I got out of this trade, we can see Tesla push down, and I could be up about 400 bucks if I was still holding this trade. But guys, even though it is very frustrating and annoying, and now when I look at it, I'm like, yep, Tesla is probably going to the 166, 167 target that I was looking for. But we cannot look at trades like this. And the reason is because, yes, maybe today it was annoying and we got faked out, right? But if you know your strategy works, you have back tested it countless times, you know it works, then yes, sometimes you'll feel a little bit of FOMO, but you need to look at the bigger picture. We are not trading just for today. We are trading for the long run, for years to come. And yes, sometimes things like this will happen, but most days it will go your way. And we just turn that chart off and go to the next trade. So let's go to the next trade. The next trade was on Nvidia, and finally I had a little bit of luck today on my side. Not really luck. So Nvidia, as you guys seen in that first trade, I took Nvidia to the long side. So this time around, as I alerted here, that I am taking Nvidia short. So I went short around 907, and the reason is because Nvidia failed to break that 910 zone. Yes, it broke the 910 zone, but we can see that was just a seller's wick. So we just wicked over there, which means buyers did not have the strength to break this thing higher. So let's go to the charts. If we go to Nvidia, on a 15-minute time frame, we can see buyers were not able to break this thing higher and hold it. They broke it, they were not able to hold it. They didn't have the liquidity, the power, the money to break this thing higher, which means sellers are still in control. So around this area, 907, 908 range is when I entered my puts position, and my stop loss is very defined, which is if we come back and break, if we break 910, the trade is invalid and I'm out of there. But my targets are all the way down here at 897 and 895 or 892. Those are my targets. And you can see from the group, I said Nvidia targets 897, then 892. So I finally sold around that 897. I sold one contract there, and then around 895 I went all out because I didn't want this thing reversing on me. It was already a frustrating day today, so I was up, I don't know how much, I think $400 or $500. So I just took that, ended the day break even, or I was up $300, ended the day break even between the two trades. And guys, of course, it's frustrating looking at Tesla, Like if I look at Tesla, I'm like, oh man, I wish I held this trade. But I gotta also look at Nvidia. Nvidia, I sold literally right here. If I kept holding that trade, also, we could see that I would have lost half of the money that I profited, right? So that was my trading day for today, guys. It was frustrating. It's a Friday. I feel like Fridays always give me some weird trades. I'm also holding a short position on ES. So I'm holding a short position on ES, but it expired, not on ES, I mean on NQ, and it expires next week. So I entered short about right here yesterday. So I'm kind of break even right now, but I'm targeting this level down here. Hopefully that hits today, but we'll see. So guys, if you guys want to join our group where we send out alerts, and I don't like to call it alerts, but trade ideas, because before the trade even develops is when I send out that idea of, hey, I'm looking at this zone, I'm seeing if we reject, I'm seeing if we break out. And that is better than alerts, because that way you are prepared for the trade and you can enter that trade at the same levels or even a better level than I do. So I'm going to leave the link for that in the bottom. When you enter, it's on an app called Skool.com. When you enter, make sure you guys watch the first video in the classroom tab. It's going to show you how to navigate the app, and also make sure you go to the other videos in there. One of them is about how to chart. One of them is how to enter trades. And later this week, I will make a video about how to exit trades. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Peace.